Why is it not plugging in? There we go.
Still trying to walk something off. His glove's on the ground, and it's an issue with his left arm. He's waving the trainer away. It looks like Stephen Vogt wants to go out there and make sure his second baseman's all right.
Yeah, one of those plays when you're diving to your left side, getting that hand caught up, you want that glove to stay in the air a little longer. It looks like he got his wrist rolled over. What a heck of an effort, though, to try and knock that ball down and get away. Oh, yeah, you see the hand go back there. Luckily, the glove came off and didn't get stuck in the grass. That could have been a little bit worse for him.
Looks like a left wrist injury.
There's a lot of little muscles and ligaments in there, too. So just double check, and he looks to be okay.
So Meadows is aboard. Tigers didn't exactly rip the cover off the ball yesterday on their way to victory. They had just 5 hits. Meadows did not have one of them, ending a 7-game hit streak in the postseason.
Segment with 25 Cleveland Torres.
So here's Torres. Gusty breeze blowing in from right center. And bright sunshine. Throw to first to keep an eye on Meadows. Not exactly easy circumstances for DeLauder in center field to make his major league debut with the bright sunshine and a gusty breeze. He's played only 33 games in center field in the minors. Good cover dropped in by Bybee for strike one.
And we've seen that cover back-to-back first pitches. Again, if that is on and it's staying down in the
I want the Detroit Tigers win. Tigers all the way.
Fly ball to DeLauder in center field.
Oh, he dropped it! Yes, he dropped it.
His first chance as a major league player in his first big league game, just the 6th ever to make his debut in a playoff game, battling the sun and the wind. He commits an error.
Yeah, and you see right off the bat, he looked a little uncomfortable seeing the ball. Once it's hit, he got a view of it again. Hits the base of his glove. Couldn't get a good feel of it there. What a tough start for this Guardians team who need to get going early here, especially on the defensive part.
When I talked to him before the game today, and he told me he was out in the outfield tracking fly balls. He's never played in a big league stadium, which it can be different with the third deck. It's different when it comes to tracking balls out there.
Indeed it is. Bybee misses outside to Kerry Carpenter. They talk about reinvention, and you see DeLauder upset. About to start this big league career.
Next up is Kerry Carpenter.
Error in right field by Jonathan Rodriguez. Led to an unearned run scored by Detroit. Both runs yesterday unearned. This was DeLauder before the game. Angel Martinez, who was their starting center fielder yesterday, among those trying to help him. Not the easiest day to break in with the sun and the wind. Carpenter pops it up over by the third base seats, and that breeze will push it just out of play. They left the bat, it looked like it would stay in play. Jose Ramirez would have a chance. That wind is coming straight in from right field. And push that ball out of play.
Yeah, not only that, a left-handed hitter ball, fly ball to left, it's going to go more into the seats if your righty comes back a little bit. Seems like the Tigers are getting all the little breaks here on the early going. wind is heavy blowing in too.
It was Carpenter who scored that unearned run in the first inning yesterday after he single, took second on the error, and scored on a 2-out single by Torkelson, who's on deck. Ball down and in. And a good block by Bo Naylor, the new catcher today for Cleveland. Austin Hedges was behind the plate yesterday. Stephen Vogt said, we're going with our best hitting lineup today. Loaded with left-handed bats, as you'll see when they come up. And we'll take a look at their lineup. Their best hitters predominantly left-handed. Swing and foul back to the screen by Carpenter.
Carpenter takes a ferocious swing. He gets in there and attack. Doesn't matter what the count is. He's going to go really aggressive to the baseball.
2-2 pitch is a foul ball. Naylor disappointed he couldn't squeeze it. Adam Beck is the home plate umpire. Leaning in to say something to Naylor. See the rest of the umpiring crew. Vic Carapaz is the crew chief at second base. That's up and away. A.J. Hinch, the rarity of using the same lineup 2 days in a row, he said he likes the fact that Torkelson is a right-handed hitter between the lefties Carpenter and Riley Green. So if they do hit later in the game, you don't get a pocket where you have 3 batters batting from the same side of the plate. There's a breaking ball for strike 3. Curve on the outside corner and a much-needed strikeout. Tanner Bybee for the first out of this game.
Really good pitch right there. 3-2 count. You think your fastball. He hasn't found his own. Great at bat for Carpenter until this last pitch. Look at that hammer. Started right above his head. Came right back in the zone. Nothing you can do right there. Tip your cap.
Torkelson batting down. He swings and misses at the cutter for strike 1. He drove in that first run of the game yesterday with a looping single in the left field. Two men on and 1 out. Meadows at second, Torres at first. Short lead for Meadows with Rocchio behind him. Swing and a miss on a high fastball.
Fastball up, you can manipulate down with the changeup.
Torkelson at 31 homers, a career high in the regular season. He lays off that high fastball. Bybee gave up 27 home runs. Tanner got better as the season went along. He's facing the Tigers for the 4th time this year, 12th time in his career. Each of his last 2 starts of the regular season were against the Tigers. He won both of them. Just the 2 earned runs allowed in those 12 innings. The 2-2 pitch is struck out. Back-to-back strikeouts. Saw both pitching stats yesterday. Pitch out of some difficulty, often by virtue of the strikeout.
And there it is, that cutter right there stayed up on a plane. What a beautiful pitch. Think about where they started here. First and second, 1 out, an error and a hit. Next thing you know, back-to-back strikeouts.
Now Riley Green. He takes a changeup just a little bit low. Drove in 111 runs in the regular season, and along with 36 home runs.
A little bit of a late life fastball to it. It gets on you. You think you're on it, and next thing you know, it's in the catcher's glove.
21st pitch of the inning for Bybee is a foul ball, and now he's one strike away from 3 straight strikeouts. And getting out of his first and second, and nobody out, Jim. The 1-2 pitch. Green didn't chase. He has been swinging a lot of high fastballs, particularly over the second half of the season as the strikeouts have piled up. Mills at second, reached on an infield single, stopped by the diving Rocchio. Gleyber Torres, the runner at first, reached on an error by the center fielder, struck him out. On a high changeup.
And building futures. Bring it in.
Here's a look at Stephen Volk's lineup. 6 left-handed batters, 2 switch hitters who will bat from the left side, at least to start the game against Casey Mize. Ari is the only right-handed hitter among the 9. Getting the call to start for Jose Ramirez. Good numbers against Mize. He has good numbers against a lot of pitchers. Casey's 28, has had an excellent year, 14-6, and he was an all-star for the first time.
Making his postseason debut right here. 4-seam fastball with a sinker. Equalizer is that splitter. Big-time game for him.
Greeted by Stephen Kwan, who takes the fastball for a strike. On at 272 in the regular season. 0 for 4 yesterday. Slicing foul out of play. Again with the day game. A work day, a school day. Less than the a few more than we had here yesterday. We had 26,186. About 8,000 below capacity. Fastball into the chin of Kwan.
We'll talk about it a lot. Jose Ramirez is that guy for this team, but if Stephen Kwan is finding ways to get on base, have a little more traction, should be better off for these Guardian hitters.
Ooh, and he's generally a tone center, a table center. Kwan and Ramirez, the veteran stalwarts on a team that struggles to score runs. Hit 226 in the regular season collectively, worst in franchise history. They got here with pitching and defense. Cleveland actually finished the regular season with a negative run differential. They were outscored by 6 runs in the regular season, over 162. Foul ball. They were the first American League team to make the postseason, excluding the COVID playoff year 2020, with a negative differential since the 1987 Minnesota Twins. It's unusual. They got jammed and popped it up.
Got him, yes!
You see BB and the bottom right there getting a good laugh just because they got out of it, of course. But again, that's what happens. Your pitcher has your back, a veteran guy who's been there for and understands things do happen. Let's go, big man. Pick it up just a little bit, and he'll be just fine.
Well, he's in there for his bat.
Oh!
Troy Valera getting a start today.
我就是对方 George Valera.
As a pinch hitter in the 9th inning. He takes the ball low. That was after Jose Ramirez reached third base leading off on a single and a 2-base throwing error by Javier Baez. And Valera struck out the first of the 3 outs in a row. They couldn't get that time run in from third with nobody out. 2 balls and a strike now. Asked Stephen Vogt before the game why Valera in that spot. The hit for Jonathan Rodriguez. He said he has a little more pinch hitting experience. Then some others, he swings and misses at a high fastball.
Yeah, he's been very good as a pinch hitter, too. Putting the ball in play, at least getting some knocks. This is their MO. He's pretty much said it. Anybody needs to be ready at any time.
Yeah, they use all 14 position players. It was interesting, too. We mentioned it in the pregame. Detroit had 2 sacrifice bunts yesterday, including a game-winning RBI and a safety squeeze. They had only 5 sacrifice bunts all year. Only Baltimore had fewer in Major League Baseball. Cleveland had 28 sacrifice bunts, 0 yesterday. A ball low, walking around town after the game, while the Guardian fans were asking why did they try to punt Jose Ramirez and punt in some of those other situations.
Postseason, man, anything is possible. You see the weirdest things. You see guys doing things they're not supposed to. It plays with you a little bit.
Mize' pitch is hit. Said we need a hit or our season's going to end. They barely hit a hard hit ball yesterday. Off Skubal and Vest. And a pop up by Ramirez and on the infield grass and now
Got him, yes!
Especially after the bat yesterday coming through there. Yeah, look at me. They are the Guardians. They're here to play.
Oh no! I got some bad news. Shane Goodall passed away.
1 for 4 yesterday. He had the only hit that went to the outfield. Slicing foul ball again out of play. Not pushed in that direction. That wind didn't do anything to the ball that fly over there. That was smashed through the breeze coming in downtown.
It's a solo home run, but at the same time, these fans have been waiting for this kind of electricity.
Swing and a miss. Zardo hit 27 home runs in the regular season. Spent parts of 8 seasons in the minors before he got called up at the beginning of September. His second career postseason at bat, a solo home run. And now a full count for Mize with Manzardo. They're playing with a much like year. There's deep drive back in about the same spot.
Got him, yes!
And Luckily gets out of here. In a 1-0 lead for the Guardians after an inning, Tigers had a great chance to score in the top of the first, 2 men on and nobody out, but Tanner Bybee struck out 3 in a row. Carpenter, Torkelson, and Green. High pitch count for both pitchers in that first inning. Bybee threw 23, Mize 25. Tanner throws a breaking ball to Wenzel Perez for strike 1. Jammed and fouled it off. Perez struck down one of those 2 sacrifice bunts for Detroit yesterday. Came in the 9th inning. They came up with runners at first and second and moved 2 men into scoring position. Fastball high. Good snare by Naylor behind the plate.
We talked about the Guardians not hitting. This Tigers team, they won the game yesterday, but again, another that's not hitting very well.
That was a part of their poor finish. Won only 3 of their last 16 regular season games. They did squander the biggest division lead ever, but still made the postseason by virtue of the wild card. And A.J. Hinch said that's really all they cared about. Breaking ball fouled away. He was also asked during a meeting before the game today, he'd have to reintroduce the bunt sign to his team. They don't bunt a lot, but he told them going into the game yesterday that the bunt was likely going to be a part of it.
Yeah, he visioned it actually before the game. Some things that were going to happen, and they actually did.
Those players verified his account of it, slinging a foul ball. Of course, the run that ultimately won the game in the 4th inning was on a safety squeeze. Zach McKinstry dropped it down. He said McKinstry's our best punter. That was in the 7th inning. Brian Riley Green. In the air, it's the Lauder again. Battling the sun, and relatively easy catch that time. And a big cheer from the Guardian fans and his family.
What a relief. Going back on the ball is a little easier than coming in, it looks like, in the crowd. They're watching him.
Well, they're trying to encourage the young man. A long cheer there. They know the situation. They know this is his major league debut. Mom, Melissa, Dad, Jason here. Dylan Dingler, the catcher, takes a strike. 0 for 4 yesterday with a couple of strikeouts. Sort of lost with, as well as Scooble pitched, how good Gavin Williams was as the Cleveland starter. Didn't give up an earned run in 6 innings. He struck out 8. Wednesday's good enough to win. Foul tip for a strike, 0-2 on Dingle. Scooble is about as good as you can be. Even though I'm not sure the 27 Yankees would have done much damage against Scooble yesterday. Chopper at the plate.
His only blemish was really going back on that ground ball. They're not letting Gleyber Torres field it and throw the guy at all, but when you're a competitor, you go after everything you can get and you try and make the play.
That was on the plate in the 4th inning, the only run that Cleveland scored. Tried to field the chopper behind the mound. Through the plate, too late to get Angel Martinez. Breaking ball, missed. That was one of the many impressive things about being one of these playoffs yesterday. How much Scooble had left in the tank. How about Garrett Crochet last night for the Red Sox?
Giving up the home run to Anthony Volpe and then coming back. I think 15 or 16 straight outs at Yankee Stadium.
Swing and a miss.
Bobby coming off the best 3-game stretch of his career. He told me that's in thanks to a mechanical adjustment on his cutter. We just saw him throw it for the put-away pitch there, but since September 12th, he's been throwing it harder, and hitters just unable to pick it up. He'll throw it mainly against lefties, but here today, a couple of righties with the put-away pitch on that cutter shot.
He's now struck out 4 of the last 5 after the difficulty to open the game. McKinstry took a ball down and away. This Carl Willis, terrific pitching coach, done such a great job with this young staff. Outstanding changeup. That's what Stephen talked about Bybee. So these last 6 weeks, he's really had a much better feel for that changeup. Using both of his fastballs to great effect. That fastball is hit on the left, and Ramirez a nice ball ball. Right away, here's back to throw in the history. Eligible Capital One Rewards card holders, you can redeem your rewards for tickets to the MLB postseason on Capital One Entertainment. Visit CapitalOne.com/entertainment for more information. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Cleveland. Bo Naylor fouled one away to the left in his first start of this wild card series. Hit 195 in the regular year, but that number was coming up late in the season. A couple of adjustments to his stance.
Yeah, definitely. He widened his stance big time, cut down so he could see the ball better and use that barrel to find some more line drives, and it's worked out really, really well for him.
Of course, Stephen Vogt, a former catcher, he said when you rely on your legs a lot in your swing, especially as a catcher with a big, high leg kick, as the season goes along, that get harder and harder because invariably the catcher's legs go to jelly as the season progresses. Naylor leading off, then Arias and DeLauder. Breaking ball down and in from Casey Hines, former #1 overall pick in the Major League Baseball draft out of Auburn.
Got him, yes!
So Naylor strikes out. Bring up the only right-handed hitter in their starting lineup today. Arias. He swings and misses at a high fastball at 96. And there's DeLauder on deck. About to his first major league at bat. And he'll come in a postseason game.
The mindset of him on the on-deck circle. There's a lot going on inside his head. Understandably.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Arias drove in their only run yesterday with the second of their 2 infield singles with a walk in between.
Got him, yes!
Here comes Chase DeLauder. His family capturing him on the knees. Guardian fans on their feet. They've been waiting for him for a while. He was their first-round pick in 2022. swings and misses at a splitter for strike one. And ever since he was drafted, he has battled injuries. Just 34 games at AAA Columbus this season. Went to spring training, but never really got on the field. He suffered a core muscle injury in early March. Then when he was working his way back, he had an injury to his hamate bone. But when he's healthy, he's a talented hitter. They need one. The ball up and away. Stephen Vogt said we know it's a risk, but we're taking risks all season long. People around the park remaining on their feet for his first major league at bat. With a strikeout. No one for at least for the moment. And there was a foul ball.
He definitely got a piece of it. Let's see if it's caught. Oh yeah, that hits the dirt right there. Good call. I hope plate umpire back.
James Madison University checks the swing, takes the ball outside.
Check swing did not go.
Now just about everybody on their feet here at Progressive Field. And they fall off the splitter. Already the fourth full count for Casey Mize as he works to his seventh batter of the afternoon.
See if he challenges him here with a fastball. Oh, boy.
He missed outside. Barely staying alive on that foul tip ball to reach his base. His first major league plate appearance. Just the sixth player ever to make his major league debut in a postseason game. The first since 2020. Swinging a foul ball out of play. C.J. Kafis getting his first start of this series.
With 63, C.J. Kafis.
Yesterday, made the final out of the ball game on a pop up to the shortstop Baez against Wilves. Fastball up and in.
Seems like these hitters are a little more comfortable. And understandably, you got Screwball on the mound, but now with Mize throwing, the swings have looked a lot better, and they're seeing better pitches to hit.
Swing of this big is another. Well, both managers anticipated getting into the bullpens earlier today. And the pitch count is probably going to make that a reality, maybe even sooner than they thought. Hit down the first, a fair ball.
Got him, yes.
On ESPN, followed by the Reds and the Dodgers, and they won last night. Here it's 1-0 Cleveland. And a George Valera home run in the first. Tanner Bivey's retired 6 Tigers in a row. Javier Baez swings and misses for strike one. He had 2 hits yesterday, one of the few hitters who actually...
Shortstop number 28, Javier Baez.
2 opposite field singles.
Check swing, he did.
Against the Bivey breaking ball.
Breaking out all the stops here. Ramirez playing way back in third, had a perfect punt to get down there to first base.
On the left side and handled by Ramirez.
Leading on Stephen Quan here early. This is them running out to the outfield moments ago. Yesterday, they spent time in the outfield talking about all the unique people in this ballpark, also the sightlines. Sean, one of the things that's unique about this ballpark, how do you play the ball off the wall in left center? All of those were conversations had between the two of them yesterday.
It's certainly a lot on the plate. Chase DeLauder. Strike one to Parker Meadows. He reached on an infield single, hit a hard ground ball on the right side that was stopped by Brian Rocchio. That's when Torres followed that fly ball to center that DeLauder dropped, but Bivey's retired everybody since, including Meadows this time around on the bouncing ball to second.
And he's getting a lot of ground balls too, so that means he's staying down in the zone. He's working that cutter really well. Throwing that changeup when he has to. The fastball has always been there. Just a matter of location and command.
Retired by Bivey. Torres ends that streak with a smash into the gap in left center, cut off by Quan. Then it's a single with 2 outs for Torres. The second hit for Detroit, both of them singles.
Yeah, second time around too. We saw the cutter first pitch last time. We'll go and sit on the next at bat here and take your chances. And he got the pitch he hit. And he drove it to left center.
Torres at 4 stolen bases during the regular season. Was thrown out once. There's Kerry Carpenter, the DH. And that one gets away from Naylor. And down to second goes Torres on a wild pitch.
Looks like here, cutter got spiked into the ground. I'd like to see Naylor drop both knees down there and try and block it, but when you're on one knee, it makes it a little harder. Just swipe through it.
It's often the subject of debate about whether that's the best technique or not. Popped up on the left side. Again, the wind whipping it way over toward the edge of the seats, but it's staying in play. In action, download the MLB app, the #1 app for live baseball. Live baseball today here on ESPN from Cleveland. Guardians leading 1-0. Game 2 of this best of 3. Detroit won yesterday 2-1. Trying to win.
Sick with it before Brian Rocchio.
Seattle.
Uh-oh.
Fly ball to right.
Nope, it's caught on the right track. Yes.
See Russell Perez there turning his whole body towards the foul line there in right field, keeping his eyes shielded away from the sun.
Casey Mize has allowed just 2 base runners one time through the batting order. Through ball 1 to Stephen Quan, who led off the Guardians first with a pop-up. Line drive, slicing foul. Big turnaround for Mize, 14-6 this year, as we mentioned earlier. After he was left off their postseason roster a year ago.
This guy, he's a perfectionist. He's a guy that wants to do everything right. A.J. Hinch told us, even if he has a good outing, he's always pinpointing the 1 or 2 things that he could have done better. Sign of a winner right there.
He induces a pop-up. Baez waves off.
Got him, yes.
created some excitement in these Guardian fans. Something that they definitely needed.
Lines that one to the left, but stays in.
Got it, yes.
6 pitch inning for Hines. He really needed a low pitch inning. He had thrown 47 entering the third.
Don't hurt him, Kev. Oh, dripped up.
Ball last second. There's been a few balls that have been hit by both sides that maybe could have been homers. So the wind, the sun, everything's a factor. But man, what a pro at batting his first time up there.
What has stood out to you about the way Tanner Bybee has attacked hitters?
I mean, he got us out of that jam in the first. He put us on his shoulders, but he's got everything working. He's got to continue to just keep making pitches and use the defense behind him.
Thank you. John?
All right, Taylor, thank you. Bybee pitching very well. He's given up only 2 hits through 3 innings. Got out of the first and second, nobody out jam. Created in part by the error made by Delauder. Some foul off his foot. A lot of people think, wow, this young man hasn't played a major league game, and now putting him into a playoff game. But Stephen Vogt said, as soon as Delauder was ready to go, he was going to be here. They've been waiting for this for a while. It's just been the injuries that have prevented him from being a big league.
Yeah, and it's an opportunity. You think about it, he's a right fielder too. Playing center field at a big league stadium. Has never seen a triple deck before. His balls are coming off different, everything. And that's what early work is for. I think he'd take this opportunity every day of the week.
The 0-2 pitch, fouled off the end of the bat. For a team that specialized, as he says, Vogt says, in run prevention, it is a bit of a shaky outfield situation. Delauder new, battling the conditions, playing out of position. Valera, not regarded to be a very good defensive outfielder in right. Matter of fact, Vogt told us this morning Daniel Sheeman and Petey Halpin are their best defensive outfielders, and other than Kwan, and neither one of them is out there today. They're going for offense in this elimination game. 1-2 pitch, just missed.
Stephen Vogt, as a manager, as a player, he's the same guy, happy-go-lucky. You can see the excitement on him every time you talk to him. They lost 2-1 yesterday, comes in today, understanding this team's been there before.
Swing and a miss. The cutter take a little off, and Torkelson strikes out for the second time.
Back to that cutter. Pitch that he found back in September versus the White Sox. Just a little baby cut that gets you out in front underneath the ball.
Ivy, a Southern Californian, and this is a foul ball from Riley Green. Tanner pitched 4 years at Cal State Fullerton. Broke into the big leagues in 2023. Had an excellent year with 10-4, an ERA of under 3. Finished second in the Rookie of the Year balloting the American League to Gunnar Henderson, the shortstop Baltimore, who won it unanimously. Another good year last year, 12 wins. Signed a contract extension this March. Some think perhaps his struggles at the beginning of the year were in part due to trying to prove he was worthy of the big extension. Good change up there. And he's ahead of Green.
And some guys usually think to get that contract and kind of ease off the pedal a little bit. He wanted more, and for a guy like this, less is more. He's been dominant throughout his whole career. Overthinking just a little bit.
Fastball just outside.
You see him shaking his head up and down in a positive way. He knows, he's like, all right, I'll take that one. That's fine. He's been living around his own this whole game, getting a lot of swing and miss.
Rounds that one out in front of the plate. And Green has battled to a full count. Riley's had a historic season. 31 doubles, 36 homers, 111 runs batted into the regular year. The only other player to reach that entire history in his age 24 younger season. Hank Greenberg, one of the great players in the history of baseball. Green has another hit. Short hop for
Yes!
certainly wasn't an easy play for Valera. Well, if he's able to field it on that tricky hop, it's a single for Green.
Now, as you see here, he's playing way back in right field. The ball hit like that, it was knuckling at him a little bit. He looked to go for the dive, was just in between, and as an outfielder, when you're in between, you got to find a way to knock the ball down. Couldn't, and now he's on second base.
The outfield defense a concern. We've seen a couple of examples why for Cleveland so far today. Perez fouled one out of play to the left.
It's postseason, everything gets explored. We talk about it, you put somebody in center field who's not played there before. Back-to-back days in right field, 2 miscues.
Well, they say the ball finds you.
It definitely does.
Perez hit it hard on the ground. Foul for just a moment by Kafis, but he makes the play. On the third goes Green with 2 outs. In the fourth, Cleveland leading 1-0. A home run by Valera in the first inning.
There's a guy coming into this series right here. It's Dylan Dingler that they're looking for a little spark. They know about how good his defense is. They know he can hit the ball. He's just been a little late on fastballs and underneath it on the off speed.
He's in a very good year. A.J. Hinch said a terrific leader, great game caller, one of the mechanics you'd want from a catcher, and the hitting's been a little bit better than they thought overall. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Third for Detroit. That one just a little bit high. As you might expect in a 2-1 game yesterday, both teams struggled with runners in scoring position. Detroit won 1 for 8. Cleveland 1 for 7. Bivey's 1-1 pitch. Outstanding outside corner knee high. First inning jam with 3 straight strikeouts. Trying to strike out Dingler, who wouldn't chase the pitch well off the plate. Dingler, the former Ohio State Buckeye, now playing his home games in Michigan.
Way out there in right field. You see the wind is blowing in. He's playing really far back, especially with a right-handed hitter up. Anything short's going to be a base hit. You got Rocchio playing closer to second base. If I was him, I'd come in just a little bit understanding, knowing that he's not played there too often.
With his 66th pitch here in the 4th inning. And it's a chopper foul. Dingler from just down the road, Massillon, Ohio. Jackson High School. Helped lead Jackson to state championships in both basketball and baseball his senior year, then went on to Ohio State. There's a high school teammate, best friend of Cal Nicholas. Terrific young pitcher now for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Ivy having a tough time putting Dillon away. And Dingler's worked it to a full count.
Good adjustment there. A couple cutters and some breaking pitches, all on the outer half. So he's definitely looking out over here.
The payoff pitch, ball 4. And Dingler's aboard. And Detroit has runners at the corners with 2 outs. Down 1-0 in the 4th. Goes to the mound.
Here's the adjustment made here by Bo Naylor behind the plate. Great move towards the ball, knowing that when that curveball comes, it's going to hit the dirt and ricochet back towards him, knock away. Could turn out to be a big part of this game. Every run is crucial.
History will hit next after an 8-pitch at bat. Ivy and Dingler. Pitch count piling up. Coach said he will ride Ivy deep into the game, even in elimination games. Sometimes managers are quick to go to the bullpen quicker when facing elimination, but Coach said they're going to ride Ivy until it's obvious he needs to come out. He goes deep into games, pitched 182 in the 3rd innings in the regular season, 9th in the American League. Facing McKinstry in a big spot, and the backdoor curveball missed.
Stephen Vogt talked about his changeup. If he's not throwing it as much and it's not working very well, that's
Nummer 7 we're doing on Zach McKinstry.
It's been that cutter breaking ball most of the time, especially during this inning.
McKinstry grounded out his first time up. Green at 3rd, Dingler at 1st. That's a better backdoor curveball for a strike. Joey Cora, the 3rd base coach, reminding the runners there are 2 outs. Cora and his brother Alex with both chances to advance for the win today to the division series. The ball high, the Tigers 0 for 5 with men in scoring position already today. And now 1 for 13 in the series. Drifted away. So Dingler will be off from first with the payoff pitch. Javier Baez is on deck for the Tigers. Fourth full count for Bybee, 2nd of the inning. Dingler runs, the pitch is long.
Oh, for just.
Dingler now in 2nd and McKinstry aboard at 1st.
And he's gotten away from that fastball, which has gotten a lot of swing and miss to his Tiger hitters. Let's see when he starts off. Javi got him swinging and missing on those breaking balls last at bat. Huge part of the game.
third his first time up. Stays with the off-speed pitch with the bottom of the strike zone to cover. Hit hard up the middle.
Yes! Safe, yes!
Doing what he does best. Gets a pitch you've seen a couple times now. Fastball right over the heart of the plate, drives it right back up the middle. Not trying to do too much here. Bases loaded, a couple walks will get him. 2 runs scored, and what great base running by the Tigers, getting second and third base.
Stephen Ho came out to chat with the umpires. Challenging that play there. Was McKinstry safe? Or was he
It stands.
safe? Look at the replay review powered by Zoom.
And Brilliant's man just got challenged.
Looks like he gets him on the shoulder, but with his right hand in there before that. Beautiful view over there. At the center. This one will tell us.
I guess the question is his right hand on the bag because it's reached the bag.
Got him on the helmet there. Right hand gets in. Look at the right hand. It misses the base. Got the left hand to his eye.
I can't see enough to overturn this.
It's a close play nonetheless.
Then the issue becomes the second run score if they call this an out. So the second run crossed the plate before the out. Let's figure this part of it out first. And yesterday when there was an overturn call, the crowd knew it immediately. Today, just kind of half-hearted in their reactions. I think they think this is going to stand. Here's the announcement, we believe. Karen Mazza going to the microphone. So far, just nodding in agreement with whoever's talking into his ear.
And he keeps his challenge.
We're watching what we see. We also know we have a bullpen ready to go because of what Tarek did yesterday. So we'll be aggressive on both sides with letting Casey run while he's doing well, but also be alert that we have a full pen.
Thank you. Sean?
So we thought Mize was going to be pitching with the lead. Instead, it's the 1-1 tie after the overturn. They are reaching out to the Major League Baseball Replay Operations Center to try to ascertain what exactly it was they saw to overturn the call and have McKinstry called out to end the inning just before the second run crossed the plate. So it's a single for Baez and 1 RBI. one's pulled foul by Jose Ramirez. And an outfield assist for Chase DeLauder, the center fielder playing his first major league game. So things have improved significantly defensively for him. Line foul. Down the left field line, Ramirez popped out to the third baseman his first time up.
Different scenarios in that whole last half inning. There was a lot going on, a lot to break down. A lot of different pieces. You got a guy thrown out at third. You got Dylan Dingler hustling home. Didn't beat the throw when the guy was called out. DeLauder with his first outfield assist. This game's turning into be a little crazy. We love this.
Playoff baseball. We've seen some wackiness in both of these games. Ramirez takes ball forward inside. Especially in what's likely to be a low-scoring game in series. Every one of these developments is key. Our producer Scott Matthews has spoken with the replay operations center. They said they saw definitively that the tag was on the helmet of McKinstry by Ramirez before either hand was on the bat.
From that view right there, I have a feeling, I agree with him. I think it hit the helmet, both hands were not on there. You know, unfortunate for the Tigers, they didn't get the second run.
And Mize is coming out of the game after just 62 pitches. 1-1 the score. We're in the fourth inning in downtown Cleveland. A.J. Hinch said he did expect to get to the lefty to try to make life difficult for this almost all left-handed hitting Cleveland lineup, including Manzardo. There's the pitch usage for Holton. Does everybody throw 5 or 6 pitches now?
They do. Especially, you got guys like you, Darvish, who has 11 pitches. Ready for every single one. Tyler Holton, left-hander, he's going to throw a lot more sliders to lefties, cutters to right-handers.
Left-handers hit just 186 against him in the regular season. He throws a knee-high strike.
Just to do it tonight, Kyle Manzardo.
Today to end the first inning. To the shortstop, Baez.
Got him, yes.
This has all the power you need to get the job done right. With the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Vigo, Milwaukee, and Toro. With free assembly and delivery or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes.
Ace is the place around for hardware, folks.
Just what A.J. Hinch hoped for when he brought in Tyler Holton, the 29-year-old lefty. He just threw ball 1 to Bo Naylor, who struck out against Mize. Off the mask of the catcher, Dingler. So Mize out, even though he gave up just 1 hit. There was the home run to the letter in the first inning.
Yeah, you don't want to question A.J. Hinch. He knows and understands his team. 62 pitches. You would like to see him go a little bit longer to see if he can make it through.
Nifty pitch on the outside corner. Well, one of the things that A.J. Hinch told us about Mize before the game is he used to be a guy who might preserve a little bit to get deeper in the game, throw 105 pitches. He said he told him, I want between 70 and 90 all-effort pitches from you today. He didn't get quite to 70. But I'm surprised he's out this early.
Yeah, I think it's all about matchups and knowing AJ and knowing how he goes through it. He's
been on the ground on the left, a long way to go for McKinstry.
Got him, yes.
That's all for Cleveland in the fourth.
Bottom, and everywhere in between. That's the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket. Get it delivered today. Only at DQ.
The men's Crown Jewel Championship. Cody Rhodes will face Seth Freakin' Rollins, who is the best of the best.
Stream Crown Jewel, October 11th at a special start time, 8 a.m. Eastern on the ESPN app.
College football, what a Saturday we have on ABC. Starting at noon Eastern, number 12 Georgia hosting Kentucky. And it's 10th ranked Alabama with game day on the beautiful campus in Tuscaloosa hosting 16th ranked Vandy at 7:30, number 3 Miami, number 18 Florida State. All those games on the all-new ESPN app. Tanner Bybee off a 32-pitch fourth inning. And it would have been more than that if they didn't get the overturned call at third base. Facing the top of the order, Parker Meadows has had an infield hit and he's grounded out. Gleyber Torres, Kerry Carpenter scheduled to follow. There's a pop fly to Kwan and left. Eric Sobrowski, a lefty's warming up in the Guardians bullpen. So it's possible Stephen Vogt won't go too much deeper with Bybee. Torres been on base twice. He reached on the drop fly ball by DeLauder in center in the first. Single to left in the third. Swings and misses here.
That was a good pitch. That was the first time that cutter's been thrown 86 miles an
Segment
hour.
25, Cleveland Swans.
Closer to 9.
Check swing by Torres. He doesn't chase many. Down the strike zone. 17% chase rate during the regular season. Yeah, that was second lowest in the major leagues. By only Juan Soto, the Mets at 15.9%. The 0-2 pitch. Strike three call. The pitch that might have been just outside. Bybee was certainly trying to help persuade Adam Beck with those quick steps off the mound.
Yeah, that's a good 0-2 pitch right there. Missed just by a little bit, but pitch you cannot take. 0-2 count, fastball in the outer half. Bybee gets the call.
I think Adam Beck, the home plate umpires, had a terrific day. Strike zone was a bit all over the place yesterday, but that strike zone box has pretty much upheld just about every verdict from Adam Beck so far today. Kerry Carpenter has struck out and popped out. In both instances, he came up with men on base. Line drive and a base hit.
Yeah.
In the center field. So a two-out base runner for Detroit here in the fifth inning in a 1-1 tie. Tigers leading the series 1-0 after a 2-1 win yesterday. If they win today, they'll advance to the division series. Torkelson has struck out twice. Up and in to Spencer. Venues in Major League Baseball, Progressive Field. Initially underwent a couple of $100 million worth of renovations. They removed some seats. 2-0 to count. This is a fun place to watch a game, a fun place to play.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's good atmosphere, good fielding surface. Crowd's always into it. Beautiful views.
Just a little bit high again. That strike zone box, according to call by Adam Payne.
It's a big at bat here too, and for Bybee as well. With the Green coming up next, might be his last batter he sees.
And again, a little bit high.
Wolfwood, yes.
Left-handed Tiger hitters. That is going to do it for Bybee. So both starters gone for the end of the fifth inning. 87 pitches. That's an easy casual pitch for Chase DeLauder in center field. The Lauder family loves it.
Kroger shoppers get up high quality.
For the second game in as many days, another tight one here in downtown Cleveland. Yesterday a 2-1 Detroit win. Today it's 1-1 as the Guardians bat in the bottom of the fifth inning. Gabriel Arias leading off. Popped out his first time up. That was against the starter Casey Mize, who faced just 12 total batters. Tyler Holden came in last inning. Made quick work of the Guardians.
What's up with the team? Gabriel Arias.
Manzardo, and then got Naylor on a ground out. Mize went 3 innings, plus one batter, allowed just 1 run on 1 hit. It was the Valera home run. Guardians have just 5 hits now in 13 innings in this series. Swing and a miss. Chase the bad ball. 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. First strikeout for Holton. The MLB postseason continues with the division series. That starts Saturday. Our friends at Fox and FS1 will cover the American League. The Blue Jays and Mariners awaiting their opponents, the wild card winners. TBS will have the National League. The Brewers and Phillies standing by to find out who will win these NL wild card series. Chase DeLauder up for the second time as a big leaguer. He fouled it away. He's had an eventful first major league game. Dropped a fly ball in the first inning. Didn't prove costly as Tanner Bybee struck out the next 3 batters. DeLauder thought he might have struck out his first at bat in the second. Got behind in the count. Barely fouled off the pitch with 2 strikes, and then with his family watching, worked Mize for a walk on a 3-2. Takes the ball away outside from Holton. C.J. Kafis, another left-handed hitter on deck.
So it's a technique that he's used all season long. He's a guy that's been a run stopper. And it's looking like it's working out in his plan.
Shot foul. Steve Legault has 3 right-handed hitters and a switch hitter on his bench. The righties are Austin Hedges, John Kensey Noel, Jonathan Rodriguez, and the switch hitters Angel Martinez. Right now, not taking out any of the left-handed bats against the lefty Hope. He induced the foul ball. And another good bat for the Lueders. Seventh pitch of the at bat, and it'll be an eighth. They play him to pull in the infield. They play him to the opposite field in the outfield. You wonder how they have much of a scouting report given how little he's playing even at the minor league level.
Yeah, he's attacking. He's in attack mode too. Love to see it.
On the ground to second, down to a knee, Torres.
Got him, yes.
Who was the first person you called when you found out you made the postseason roster? And it's the woman in the middle of your screen, his mom, Melissa. I said, were there tears? He said, no, it was shocked because no one expected me to debut. He had not played in a minor league game since July 11, so his family caught completely off guard by this news, Sean.
He's in Arizona facing live pitching. They told him he was coming up here. Found out on Monday he was going to be activated during the off day. Steve Vogt told me probably start game 2, but they weren't sure. It's interesting because Vogt told us he sends the lineup out the night before texted, so guys know who's in the lineup and who's out. Chase said he didn't see that. He's glad he did, as Taylor reported earlier. He might not have slept last night. Davis, the hitter.
Yeah, you love every second about that, knowing, hey, I'm going to get a good night's sleep knowing I'm playing. I mean, this kid was talking about the Arizona Fall League, and now he's playing in the playoffs in Major League Baseball. Pretty cool story.
That's down the third base line, past the back of McKinstry. And Caleb by Green, the Hall Davis to an opposite field single. And just the second hit of the game, and the 6th so far in the series. 5 little singles. First hit given up by Hilton comes from the 5th batter he's faced.
Just letting the ball travel, knowing there's a shift on too. Drove it to the left side.
Now Rocchio, first ball swinging, skies one. Now the play to the right over the Detroit dugout. Rocchio flying to right in the 3rd inning. Hit 5 homers in the regular season, including the dramatic walk-off home run in extra innings here Sunday against the Rangers. Off the foul pole, they give them a 98 win to send them off into the playoffs. Seemed like a fitting ending, but it would end dramatically given the dramatic turnaround of their season.
Yeah, back-to-back walk-off wins to propel them to be champions in their division.
Well, they won Saturday on a walk-off hit by pitch. Strike inside corner. Not many of them put up impressive numbers, but it seems like every one of these Guardians, they call it guards ball. They find a way to contribute. Hit down to third. McKinstry to second. And the force that ends.
Got him, yes.
When you're coming around that base, you're not supposed to look at the ball, and I think when Dingler saw it, he had to speed back up. And we've seen cases where guys are actually jogging home. He wasn't jogging home. He took a quick peek, and that cost him.
Just joining us, that was in the 4th inning. Cleveland had a 1-0 lead. Couple of men on with 2 outs for Javi Baez. He singled, actually with the bases loaded, thought he had driven into. Originally, McKinstry sliding in the 3rd was called safe, but after a replay review, he was called out, and it was deemed that Dingler did not cross the plate with the 2nd run before the tag. You saw those replay machines synced up, and clearly he was well short of the plate. So just the 1 run scored, and DeLauder's assist ended the inning. So now it's 1-1 in the 6th, and Sabrowski still out there pitching to Wenzel Perez. With a count of 3 balls and 1 strike.
Whitefield touch by 46, Wenzel Perez.
Even over 5 in the series. Bottom part of the order, Perez swings and misses. Sabrowski came on last inning, inherited a couple of runners, got Bradley Green on 1 pitch and a line drive to 7 to end the inning. Native Canadian from Edmonton, Alberta. And a big Oilers fan, as you might expect. It's an adventure. It's caught by Arias, the shortstop.
Yeah, and it's a good teaching moment, too. I know Joey Cora, the third base coach, preaches base running and little things. As you see, his eyes are watching where the ball is, and that split second right there is what turned into a 1-1 ball game. And a beautiful play by DeLauder, too, to understand I'm going to third base. There's no play at home to get the out.
Out by about 2 steps. So here's Dingler, who didn't cross the plate in time with what would have been the go-ahead run.
Catcher with the Dylan Dingler.
Struck out and walked. There was a 2-out walk. He worked from Bybee in the 4th inning. McKinstry followed with the walk that loaded the bases for Baez. Baez has been the best hitter in this series with 3 hits now. Pitch is high. Sabrowski missed all of 2020 because of COVID and minor league seasons canceled. Missed all of 2022 due to injury and an elbow problem. Broke into the big leagues last year, got into just 8 games. Now he's an important part of the Guards' bullpen. Those wind gusts are up to 30 miles per hour now coming in from center field. Sustained winds at 20 out of the north-northeast. Beautiful time of the year in this part of the country. Temperature 68 right now.
Oh boy, yes.
Second play appearance, Dingler walks.
With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn all of your purchases into extraordinary trips. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
1-1 game. Detroit with a win will advance to the division series to take on Seattle. Zach McKinstry drove in the winning run 2-1 yesterday with a safety squeeze.
You don't hear it too often.
Do not, especially from the Tigers with 5 sacrifice bunts all regular season. Zach has grounded to third and walked. He was the guy tagged out on the helmet. At third base, took the run off the board after the replay review. Dingler at first and 1 out. The hits are 5-2 in favor of Detroit. Nice pitch by Sabrowski. Interesting too, talking to Stephen Vogt before the game today. He was asked about, did they think about challenging the play at first base yesterday when Noel never did get his foot or leg on the bag because it looked close. He said no, our replay people were sure that it was the right call, said it was 100%. He said, and also, they never overturned the calls. So today they challenge, and you got a huge overturn. So they do overturn it every now and then.
Every now and then. That's it. We'd love to have that conversation.
There's the big Christmas. Big man, but unfortunately for him yesterday, not big enough to get anything on the bag on that key play. Although folks said people forgot he actually made a terrific diving play to get up the umpire. Keep it in the infield on the ricochet. McKinstry strikes out. The first K for Sobrowski.
And this is what he just geared back to, a couple fastballs. This one right over the heart of the plate, just a little bit up underneath the ball. Another good outing for him.
Javier Baez coming up. Stephen Vogt is going to summon the right-hander Hunter Gaddis. Another fun ball game here in the AL wild card in Cleveland.
The new Monster Menu is now
1-1 tie in the sixth. Facing Javier Baez. With a runner at first and 2 down. The first one fouled away by Javier, who faced Gaddis yesterday and grounded to short. Like just about everybody who pitched yesterday, Gaddis did good work. Faced all 5 men he faced. He did give up that safety squeeze bunt by McKinstry, but the run was charged to Williams.
Yes!
His second today. He is now 4 for 6 in the series. And he really struggled over the second half of the season. All of a sudden, he's in his 6 straight games, dating back to the end of the regular season.
Yeah, they were shifting me here too, and he found a way to get the ball into the hole, in that 6 hole. His hands are working really well. That ball will find a hole when you're hot, and he is right now.
So here's Meadows with a chance to give the Tigers the lead. He had an infield hit to lead off the game. He's grounded out and flied out since. They're 1 for 7 today with runners in scoring position, 2 for 15 in the series. In the air to center, up into the sun and the breeze, and it's the ladder making the catch.
ESPN app.
Let's take a look at StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. And it's the home run by George Valera, the only round tripper hit by either team in this series. One of only 2 hits today for Cleveland. Traveled 411 feet into a stiff breeze that's still gusting in from right center. He'll hit second in this inning. Stephen Kwan leads off, but against Tyler Holton, who threw strike 1 at the knees. Kwan's had a quiet series, 0 for 6, with 2 pop-outs today. Little flare.
Got him, yes!
McKinstry, the third baseman.
Just a little unbalanced, little off-kilter. Kwan is a guy that usually swings at balls in the zone and drives them. Got to find a way to get him going as the leadoff.
It's 2 1/3 innings for Holton, and that is going to be it for him. Almost to his longest outing of the year, which was 2 2/3 here on July 5th.
Rock and roll, jazz and blues. Rockin' mullets and rat pack suits. Even our grandmas have tattoos. So get out there, take your swings. Rev your engines and let freedom ring. And never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing.
$10 sign up and go home run to get started today. A.J. Hitch told us 2-1, and Stephen Vogt had Jose Ramirez at third. Nobody on the bottom of the ninth. But the Guardians couldn't get him across. Here's Kyle Finnegan. With the bases empty and 1 out in a tie game in the 6th. And Daniel Schneemann is hitting. They had introduced Jonathan Rodriguez as the pinch hitter for Valera. So now that Finnegan's in, back to the bench for Schneemann. A 206 hitter with 12 bombs in the regular season. Did not play yesterday, first appearance of the series. And Finnegan hits a knee-high strike, 97 miles an hour.
Yeah, he was on the roster last year in the postseason, 0 for 7 in that Yankee series. Looking to get his first knock out of the way.
That's not the way to do it.
Got it, yes.
Preceded by Holton, which 2 in the third scoreless innings allowed just 1 hit. Eyes allowed only 1 run on 1 hit in 3 innings. The starter, he threw 62 pitches. So here's Ramirez.
Getting Ramirez up with nobody on is not the way to go here for the Guardians, and I think that's the biggest reason, or 1 out, why they're not scoring runs. Their top guys are not getting on base at the right time to let the big guns do what they do best.
One of the things A.J. Hinch talked about, always wants to do whatever he can to prevent Ramirez from being the guy who hurts his team. He also said he wants to do whatever he can to have Ramirez
This is the one with Jose Ramirez.
Hitter from the right side, 322 in the regular season, just 267 for the left. 1-1 from Finnegan, sails up and away. He came over the deadline. Splitter. 3-1. Should Ramirez extend the inning, Kyle Manzardo, left-handed batter, would hit next. He was careful to make sure Ramirez doesn't put Cleveland on top again with 1 swing.
It's one of those things with the base open, their best hitter up, A.J. Hinch, explained to us that's one guy we don't want us to beat us. Don't want him to beat us. So for them, they'd rather face Manzardo.
You can put a charge into one even through the wind. He takes a strike just above the knees. Kyle has flied to center and grounded into a double play. Ramirez, a career high 44 stolen bases in the regular season. He bluffed hard. The pitch looked pretty good, but called the ball. Sammy Alomar Jr., the first base coach. What a terrific player he was for the artist men known as the Cleveland Indians. Grounded right to the first baseman, Torkelson.
Got it, yes. Red Sox and Dodgers with chances to advance to the division series with wins tonight. Red Sox, Yankees at 6, Reds, Dodgers at 9. After the pinch hitting, Chase Colauder's over in right field now. Daniel Schneemann stayed in the game. He's in center field. As Todd mentioned earlier, Colauder's played more right field in the minors than center, so probably relieved. In a more familiar position. Hunter Gaddis facing Gleyber Torres. 1-1 the count. Labor singled in the third. He's 1 for 3.
Kleber 12.
Back in the first inning. Upper deck. Right side, 1 and 2. Torres, Carpenter, and Torkelson. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Detroit. Tigers have left 9 men on base today. At least 1 base runner in every inning except the second. That one was in under the armpits of Torres and barely grazed the jersey.
Yeah. And he was hit by the pit.
And this is not what you want yet. 2 strikes.
Oh, he was hit by the pit.
Jersey. 7th inning, you got your best hitters coming up. Just got a piece too.
That's why you wear a bag of uniform top again.
That's why I always did that. Never worked, but still tried. They would square me up. It wouldn't skip up.
Ball 1 drifts up and away to Carpenter. He singled to left his last time up. Down and in from Gaddis. Made 73 appearances in the regular season. Did a terrific job on the guards bullpen. 6 most appearances in the American League.
Eric Carpenter, he is looking to lift the ball and separate, and that's why you see him swing at that ball in the dirt a lot more.
Makes a little dribbler foul. Even though it was clearly called a foul ball by David Ratney, the first base umpire had back behind the plate.
Yeah, they're playing it. No matter if it's foul or fair, you never know what's the call. But then this one right here. Hey guys, look, heads up.
1-2 pitch. Check swing to change it. No swing.
Oh, check swing does not go.
Foul again. They do have a lefty warming up in the bullpen, Tim Herring. You mentioned AJ hits him a lot of times. Stephen Holt makes moves to get him to take Carpenter out of the game. Didn't hit for Carpenter late in the game yesterday. 2 outs and the bases empty. Foul ball. We asked AJ Hinch after the game about Jemai Jones. He said no, the run expectancy was very low, so they didn't want to take Carpenter out there with a chance the game might go to extra innings and he might get back up there again. These matchups, these managers are always about the matchups. Change adjustments. Carpenter 217 against left-handed pitchers and 3 home runs. He had 252 against righties. Tigers have another chance with runners in the corners and nobody out.
Yeah, he's had a lot of awkward swings here, but he found a way to foul a couple off. Changeup out over the plate, reached out and just touched it with the shift. Found the hole. Great base running there by Gleyber Torres. And here come these Tigers again with a big opportunity. opportunity here in the second.
Carl Willis, the pitching coach of the mound. They'll stick with Gaddis. The right-handed batting Torkelson coming up. Aaron's ready. With Summon. So all kinds of chances today for Detroit. And at one point in the fourth inning, it looked like they had actually taken a 2-1 lead. They're 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position today. Cleveland has not had a bat with a runner in scoring position today.
And that's not going to help you win ball games. And I think that's the difference. Their guys aren't getting on base to give them the opportunities. The Tigers have had these chances, so the more they get, the better off they'll be, but they've been struggling too, so who's going to find a way to get this one run in?
Will it be Torkelson, who struck out twice today? Once with 2 men on and 1 out back in the first inning. Gaddis throws one in the dirt, blocked by Bo Naylor. The importance now of those sound mechanics for the Guardians catcher.
What's between Spencer Torkelson?
The infield playing halfway. So a hard hit ball, you might have a chance at home to get Torres.
Swing and a miss and a slider down the way. Anxiety in the crowd here at Progressive Field in Cleveland. That one missed high. Good numbers for Torkelson against Gaddis, 4 for 9 in his career. All of them singles. He popped it up. Looked like a hanger, and he got under it. Juan calls off Arias to make the catch. No chance for the runners to try to advance. A big first out made by Torkelson.
That's a huge first out. Now you have an opportunity to get the one ground ball you need for the double play. Looks like there'll be a pitching change. As we see this pitch here. Cutter up.
Oh boy.
And that swing path is going up, and he knew it.
Heron will be summoned to pitch to the lefty Riley Green. He'll be up with 2 men on and 1 out, trying to break a 1-1 tie in the 7th inning. Game 2 of this wildcard series for Cleveland.
Carne Asada is back to
Together.com. Well, the maneuvering has really begun. Torres and Carpenter at the corners, 1 out in a 1-1 game in the 7th. And Jahmai Jones up to pinch hit for Riley Green against Tim Herron. The lefty appeared in 54 games in the regular season. Jones very good against left-handers, a 970 OPS. That one close to call a ball. Based on the pitch box on your screen, that's one of the few it seems Adam Beck has missed today. Pitch hit for their leading home run and RBI man, Green. And Jones out ahead of an off-speed pitch.
Everybody in this lineup is able to be substituted for. AJ Hitt just said that. And when the opportunity comes for Jahmai Jones to get it there, there's runners on, and here we go. 3 straight off-speed pitches.
Green hit just .218 against the lefties in the regular season. As AJ said yesterday, both of these managers will use all of their players. Breaking ball low. First appearance of this series for Jahmai Jones.
Herron hides the ball really well. Comes out really hot once he throws it.
Even now here now for Herron and Jones. Jones had a big 2-out, 2-run single against Boston on September 27th.
to send Detroit to the postseason. He strikes out here on a curveball. The Tigers 1 for 9 with men in scoring position. And now it's up to the switch hitter, Wencel Perez.
Well, this happened because the pitch before. He got the call. Aaron did on the one before to make it a 3-2 count. Anything low, now you got to swing at it. And Gattis is fired up. He knows. Huge out.
And now Perez has had a quiet 2 days so far, 0 for 3 today. Late swing of the fastball, out of play to the right, into the upper deck. 1-1 the score in the 7th inning. Detroit will win with advance to the ALDS against Seattle. Cleveland trying to force a game 3 here tomorrow. In his career. And against the Indiana native, Tim Herron. He fouled away another.
That was the pitch right there. That's the one he saw on the fastball. I've seen 4 of them. He had an opportunity right there to get the pitch he liked, fouled it off. See if they try and change something up here in 0-2 count.
Foul. 5 straight foul balls. Perez in a long slump. 0 for 7 in this series, 5 for his last 55 over his last 15 games. Well, that one well to follow. Guardians dugout. He's going to need a new bat. Aaron started him with fastballs. He's throwing nothing but strikes.
I don't know how many times you've seen this before. The bat boy gave him a bat. He said, no, that's not the one I wanted. So he had to go back in there and get a new piece of lumber. Maybe that's the one that he's going to square up.
With 2 outs, the 0-2 pitch. He's struck out. This makes his first appearance of the series. He's in at third base. He'll hit in the number 5 spot in the Tigers' batting order. McKinstry was the third baseman, has moved to left field. After they hit to the left fielder, Riley Green. And still Kyle Finnegan on the mound for Cleveland. Can the Guardians get any offense? Just a little bit of offense. They would have won yesterday and they'd be ahead today. Bo Naylor. Late swing and a fly ball down the left field line with King.
Got him, yes!
Have been left in scoring position. Meanwhile, the Guardians have had 5 base runners. They've had 2 hits after they had 4 yesterday. 3 of them that did not get out of the infield. They've had only 1 player touch second base today. That was Valera, who hit the home run in the first inning. So their only run of this game. Arias takes the ball low. He has popped out and struck out. The pop out against the starter Casey Mize, the strikeout against...
What's up with the team? Gabriel Arias.
Finnegan now, the third pitcher today for Detroit. He's had one plate appearance against each Tiger hurler. Late on that fastball.
You see the shadows creeping in here as the day moves forward. Pitcher's advantage, of course.
Right now, the home plate umpire, the home plate area, for the most part in the sunshine. Pitcher in the background in the shadows. That's a fair ball to the third base back.
Got him, yes.
Torkelson managed to maintain contact. So McKinstry's first chance as an outfielder today was a hard-running play in foul ground, going from the sunlight into shadows, and now with Banez, his first chance, a very difficult play from behind the bag. Torkelson just did maintain contact for the out.
Yeah, that's just great footwork right there. You know when he's throwing from third base, way back in the hole or on the line, the ball's going to fade away from you. Good footwork.
So 2 quick outs. Cleveland has now had 9 balls reach the outfield so far in this series.
6 weeks, it's not go.
Stu Sherwood. 15 2/3 innings on offense for Cleveland. 9 balls have made to the outfield for either hits or outs.
Got him, yes.
They still believe in Cleveland. Why wouldn't they believe? They believe tested early. Chase DeLauder dropped a fly ball in the first inning. His first chance as a major league player. Tanner Feige got him out of that jam. George Valera gave Cleveland the lead with a home run in the first. His first postseason home run in his second career game. Looked like the Tigers had the lead. McKinstry originally called safe at third on a replay review called out. So 1 run scored on that play instead of 2. Tigers and Guardians are tied at 1. We go to the 8th inning. Detroit trying to advance, and Cleveland trying to force a deciding Game 3 here tomorrow. Jacob Junis, the 5th pitcher of the game for Stephen Vogt, facing Dylan Dingler, the number 7 hitter. 2.97 ERA for Junis, over 57 appearances. He's quickly ahead of Dingler 0-2. Dingler's walked twice and struck out. Pulled the 0-2 pitch to Gabriel Arias in short, one out.
Doing a sinker slider guy. Right-hander's got to be ready for that. Hit the ball hard right at the shortstop. Makes an easy play. This is where you get into these late innings where you see the pressure mounting a little bit. And you see who's going to find a way to drive somebody in or get the out. Pitchers have been dominant.
Here's McKinstry 0 for 2 on a walk. He takes a changeup for a strike. He drew that walk in the 4th inning to load the bases for
Ответил на той на Зак McKinstry.
In the left center, they thought 2 runs had scored, and McKinstry slid into third base and was called safe. On a review, he was called out and was deemed the Dingler, the second runner across the plate, getting crossed before McKinstry was out. 1-2 the count. The scorching Baez on deck. Check swinging the ball low. Here's Baez, who has 4 hits in the 2 games. Cleveland, as the team, has 6 hits in 2 games.
It's a testament to that Tiger pitching. You see it the whole year how these guys have been throwing. Just been very good.
Drifts inside, another changeup. And McKinstry's aboard. So one-out walk. Stephen Vogt's pitching's been great in both games. But another chance for Detroit. Runners in every inning now except the second. Quick throw to first. Good move by Junis. McKinstry back. He had 19 stolen bases in the regular season to lead the Tigers. They didn't steal many, 61 as a team. He was thrown out 5 times. Their team that relies on the big hit, the big bat, the home run ball, whereas the Guardians typically play small ball. Swing and miss. Shadow's becoming more problematic now, shooting out from behind the plate.
说上的tweets, Javier Baez.
Swing out of his shoes, trying to drop one out there.
He's the man they want up there at the moment. For 4 in his career against Junis. The runner goes. The ball's hit down to third. Ramirez, good strong throw to get Baez. And McKinstry's in the scoring position. And they finally get another hit with a runner in scoring position. They're 1 for 11. Baez had the only hit. Biggest play of the game back in the 4th inning.
If we take a view at this, yeah, little cut slider piece right there, just right off the end. It's tough to see. It looks sunny, then it gets dark. Big opportunity coming up.
Well, a critical spot. Stephen Vogt's going to hand the ball to his closer, but likes. Frustrating day for the Tigers offense. Twice they've had 2 men on and nobody out, including to start the game. Tanner Bybee struck out 3 in a row to get out of that jam. Tigers had 2 men on to start the 7th. Torkelson flied out, then Tim Herron came in to strike out pinch hitter Jones and strike out Perez. So here's Cade Smith, their closer. Inherits a runner at second. And 2 outs in a 1-1 game in the 8th inning. And he fired strike 1 to Parker Meadows.
This guy will challenge you with his fastball.
McKinstry would be the go-ahead run at second base. Meadows
An infield hit in the first inning. 1 for 7 in the series. Chance to be a hero, perhaps deliver a hit that sends him on to the next round. He's in a 1-2 hole. Smith was the American League reliever in the month of September. A big part of the reason why they were the best team in baseball in September to rally and win the division. He's stricken out. Detroit's left 12 men on base. They're 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position and 2 for 20 in the series.
No time like the present. They have to find a way to win this game. You bring in your close.
The Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
1-1 the score. Despite their futility offensively over 2 days, the Guardians now just one big hit away from forcing the game 3. Neither starter went 5 innings. Both bullpens terrific. And here's another new pitcher for Detroit. Their fourth, the big right-hander Troy Melton. Got into just 16 games in the regular season. He came up in July, pitching to C.J. Kafis, who has one of the Guardians hits. They have only 2. Difficult it is now for the hitters in the shadows. The mound in the bright sunshine, as is the background. Kafis singled in the 5th inning with 2 outs. Their only other hit was the home run by Valera that started the scoring in the 1st inning.
Was this CJ Kafis
Centers on walks. Kafis did well to fall away. 99-mile-an-hour pitch.
Might see a little small ball here. If you get guys on base with these shadows, as a hitter, it's understanding that you can't see the ball that well. So anything off speed looks pretty firm. Just falls right off into the ground.
Down to first and gobbled up by Torkelson. Melton covering for the out.
So hard for the Guardians to get that first runner on base. Just hasn't been there these games. Both these games. Totally different what happened during the regular season, especially in September when they play this type of team.
And the lead man only once today. That was on a leadoff walk to Jose Ramirez from Mines, the starter in the fourth. Mines was lifted right after that. And then Zardo followed by hitting into a double play. Ryan Rocchio takes a borderline strike. And then he fouls like a plate. Rocchio 0 for 2 today. Followed by Stephen Kwan. Texas. Well, you had a feeling, Todd, that Detroit, squandering all these opportunities, was giving Cleveland a chance. And now if their pitcher, Cade Smith, can hold off Detroit in the ninth, we'll have a game 3 here tomorrow. Rocchio's other postseason home run was in game 1 against the New York Yankees last year at Yankee Stadium. The ball outside to Kwan.
It was on an 0-2 pitch, 100-mile-per-hour fastball.
And 4 hits, rounding a 4. Stephen Kwan's first hit of the series. Into the right field corner, he's going to pull up at second base as it's played back in by Perez.
This team is going to be hard to beat. But let's go back to the home run here. With the shadow, some ball, and then it's in there. Boom, fastball. Just tucked his hands in so perfect. And the noise right off the bat, you knew it had a chance. The wind wasn't holding that up. Okay, fastball. Center cut right down the plate. Rocchio's got to be feeling really good. Some of these Guardians fans, they needed that. A couple hits today and 2 big home runs by Valero and Rocchio.
He's a young man who was sent down to the minors in the middle of the season. They asked him to work on playing second base. He was their shortstop. He came back and improved their defense by being a very good second baseman. And now he's had a couple of clutch hits in the last few days. Both of them home runs. And that's the home run ball for that lucky fan. Now a chance for some insurance. Schmidt hits a home run right there. Now bring home Kwan. Schmidt into second is 3-1 Guardians.
This is the Guardians team that we know before.
Hitch gave the ball to Melton in a tie game in the bottom of the 8th, and he has not gotten the job done. Giving up 3 extra base hits.
You got a base open here, too. You want to keep this lead to 2 or less.
Here comes Hitch. With Ramirez coming back up. So the 24-year-old Melton departs. 3-1 Cleveland, we're in the 8th.
The way of water connects all things.
This Friday, experience Avatar, The Way of Water. The way it was meant to be seen. Back on a big screen.
Let's do it.
We must protect the people.
And see it in theaters to catch a special preview of Avatar, Fire and Ash.
This world goes much deeper than you imagine.
Avatar, The Way of Water, rated PG-13.
Zoe Saldana's family had an unexpected.
Cleveland the lead, then back-to-back doubles. Stephen Kwan brought home by Daniel Schneemann. It's 3-1 Guardians. They are 1-for-1 with runners in scoring position. Detroit is 1-for-12. There's Brent Herter, the lefty, as Rocchio bats in the glove. Ramirez, the scheduled hitter. 44 appearances now, including the regular season for Herter. Did not work yesterday. They intentionally walked Ramirez, as you might expect. They want to make him bat left-handed whenever they could. It wouldn't make sense to pitch him with a lefty. So he's at first, Schneemann at second, and Manzardo having a problem with the pitch count. And Mark Manzardo ran with the hitter as Herter is having trouble with the pitch count. We've seen that a couple of times through these playoffs. Dylan Dingler does call all the pitches. PJ Hitch told us that no, the pitchers not calling their own games. It's Dingler. How about those numbers? 16 innings, they have 1 extra base hit, 6 hits, 2 runs. They've matched the run total in this inning. Tripled the extra base hits. And then half as many hits as they've had in 16 innings. That's Guard's ball.
Who doesn't love baseball?
You never know. You have to get great pitching to play the way they do, and they're getting it. They've gotten it throughout the second half of the season to make the improbable run from 15.5 games out to win the division. Biggest deficit overcome to win a division or a league. And Zardo takes a strike. Left left-handed hitters hit just 183 against Herder. Manzardo's 0 for 3. 3-1 Cleveland. Bottom of the 8th. If they win, there'll be a game 3 tomorrow. Waving, swing and a miss, sweeping, breaking ball.
Yeah, sinker, sweeper guy. He's more sweeper to left-handers. And again, with these shadows, it's hard to pick up with the lankiness of Herder on the mound.
Manzardo 0 for 1 in his career against Herder. Off the end of the bat to the second baseman, Torres.
God is just.
Torkelson got there, almost got tangled up with Herder covering. So they get the out at first. The runners move up. Now 2 men in scoring position.
Torkelson went after the ball. One of those decisions kind of allowed the gap open in first, but he knew how much time he really had. His foot, fortunate for the Tigers, landed right on the base. Could have been some problems again.
Here's Bo Naylor 0 for 3 today. 0 for 4 in his career against this pitcher. Trying to knock in perhaps 2 more runs with a hit. And he takes a strike on the inside corner. Herder's second-year pitcher broke in last year. Late in the season. Pulled foul. Now the first base line. Moving ahead to the 9th inning. The Tigers will have Torres, Carpenter, and Torkelson due up. Perhaps A.J. Hinch will want to get up there. Bond is scheduled to hit 4th. The 0-2 pitch. Knocked out of play behind home plate. Shadows really all over the place. How much more problematic does that make it for these fielders when you bring the shadow forward this year?
Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal for the fielders. I just think as a hitter, you got to focus on one spot until you get to 2 strikes, and then it's good luck from there.
The 1-2 pitch is blown away. Shadow down almost all the way up to the mound. Once it gets past the mound, is that easier for the hitters, or is the fact that the background is so bright out behind second base?
Yeah, it's the background. That's the biggest issue.
And that's going to be a factor for a while. So 0-2 to 2-2. Well, he fouled it off his foot. Case Naylor's trying to convince the umpire he did. So far, no call of foul ball. Nobody's made a call. Some of the Tigers are running off the field. Naylor's still in the home plate area. Neither umpire made a call. Here comes Vic Carapazza, the crew chief. He's calling it a foul ball.
At the top of the foot.
It definitely did. Thought for a moment Naylor might have been an excellent actor. Right off the top of his foot. So he's waging a tough at bat. 3-1 Cleveland. In the 8th inning, if they win, there's a deciding game 3 tomorrow. The 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air and right. Back by the wall. Perez. It's 6-1.
about him. They're unleashing here, Nathan.
First career postseason homer for Naylor. Arias hits a ground ball to second. He's thrown out by Torres.
On him, yes.
Let's take a look at the best in the game, presented by T-Mobile. Brian Rocchio now hit safely in the first 9 games of his postseason career. That's the club record, which he extended with a home run that gave them the lead. Back-to-back doubles by Kwan and Schneemann. Intentionally walked Ramirez. Bo Naylor to 3-run homers. First career postseason home run. He had been 4 for 25 in the postseason. Kane Smith, all of a sudden, working with a 5-run lead.
You're blown away. You've been watching this whole game, and no runs have been scored, and the next thing you know, all it takes is one.
Half-hearted swing by Gleyber Torres. He's quickly thrown out by Rocchio. Petey Halpin has come in to play center field and improve their outfield defense. Schneemann has moved to right field, so DeWaters' major league debut has come to an end. Terry Carpenter. From Todd Frazier, we talked so much about the struggling Cleveland bats, which have come to life. But this is a Detroit team that's scored 3 runs in the series so far. They have offensive issues as well.
Yeah, and it's with runners in scoring position. I think that's the biggest issue they have. The big opportunities they had. They could have put this game away early and actually later, too. Nobody out with 2 runners on, and they found a way not to get any runs.
The runners in every inning except the second. 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Chase DeLauder, only his big league debut in a playoff game today. Going to be part of a win unless this turns around dramatically. High called strike on Carpenter. He's 2 for 4 and 3 for 8 in the series.
Oh boy, yes.
do nitpick right here, up 5 runs. Fastball's your best pitch. Go right after the batter. See if you can hit it or not.
Here's Torkelson. He struck out with 2 men on in the first. That really set the tone for the day. We had 2 men on, nobody out. And Bybee struck out Carpenter, Torkelson, and Green in the inning.
Next up is Spencer Torkelson.
Down the middle for a called strike. 0-2 on the former number 1 overall draft pick. And this does foul one away. Stung Torkelson. And all of a sudden,
And he was hit by the pit.
Folks, video people wanted to make sure it was a hit by pitch and not something to hit the bat.
Two-seamer got away there. You got him on the top of the arm wrist area. Never feels good.
He's going to stay in the game as he walks down to first. So here's Justin Henry Malloy.
Big shot before he fought Justin Henry Malloy.
52 games with 1 home run and 104 at bats. Another base runner or 2, and things are going to tighten up considerably for Cade Smith. Fastball outside. Wasn't particularly sharp yesterday either. Well, he wound up not being scored upon. The ball up and in. In fact, he came in the 9th inning, hit a batter. Torkelson has hit him 2 days in a row. And walked Riley Green before he got out of another one of the jams from which the Guardians pitchers have escaped throughout this series. Not throwing strikes here right now. 18 pitches, just 9 strikes.
And if you're the batter right now, Malloy, you're sitting there waiting until he throws a strike 3-0 count, maybe even 2 strikes. Being able to swing and hit with 2 strikes, that's plenty fine. It's an opportunity. Your run means nothing, but you need to get on base.
At second, he walked. Torkelson was hit by a pitch, and now it's 3-0 with the pinch hitter Malloy. Taking all the way, it's a strike. And so Perez is on deck. Matt Festa, the only remaining right-handed pitcher in the Guardians bullpen, is warming up. Strike. They barely met the outside corner. 3-2 on Malloy. Swing and a pop-up. They'll go on to play behind home plate. Perez, the on-deck hitter, is a switch hitter. with 2 men on and 1 out here in the top of the ninth. Now trying to end the game. If he can retire Perez, who's 0 for 4. Last time up, he struck out with 2 men on against Heron. Well, they're going to end the game by leaving 2 men on again. 1 ball and 1 strike. 5 of the previous 8 innings, the Tigers have stranded 2. 2 other innings, they've left 1 man on base. A pop-up behind the plate. The breeze blowing in is going to help push that out of play. And now the Tigers are down to their final strike. Away from Smith. If Perez could extend it, Dylan Dingler will hit next. A.J. Hinch sticking with Perez. Only a couple of men on his bench. Chase Sweeney and Jake Rogers. Ground ball up the middle.
Yes, it's still in the game.
So an error on Rocchio. And it looked like it was going to be ball game over. Stephen Vogt raving about how great the middle infield defense has been over the second half run. But Rocchio came back and became their everyday second baseman. And now all of a sudden, the tying run is in the on-deck circle. And Stephen Vogt's going to take out his closer, is he? No, he's going to leave him out there.
You saw Festa, it looked like he was going to throw to first base, got a little nonchalant, said, you know what, I'll flip this to second. Field the ball on his left side, you want to feel that ball right in front and do the easy flip. Couldn't be a Tigers Guardians game without a little theatrics here at the end.
The defense let them down yesterday. 2 big errors for Cleveland led to 200 runs for Detroit. And the Tigers 2-1 win. And Detroit capitalize again. Dingler the batter. He takes the ball down and away.
Yeah, Vince, you got to think about the pitch count too here. They got to ding tomorrow if they come out victorious. The best guy at the end might not have it.
Dingler slices 1 foul. Torkelson, Perez, the base runners. Dingler's walked twice today. He's 0 for 2. He swings and misses with a fastball.